Hello and welcome to Muay Thai Mum. My name's Yasmin Nazari and I'm a professional Muay Thai fighter. I'm also a full-time single mum, and I have decided that I wanted to share a little bit of my story with you guys about fighting life, working life and being a mum to a very busy, nearly 3-year-old. He will be 3 in August now. And I thought, now at this moment in time, there's a lot of fighting mothers and very successful fighting mothers out in the world, and I thought we could also look into their lives and share bits of their story too. So welcome, and I hope that you're here to enjoy and embrace the information that I have to share. And if you have any questions, then please feel free to put them in the comments and I'll try and get back to you as soon as possible. So a little bit about me. I am a professional fighter, A-class Muay Thai fighter. I started fighting when I was 22 years old. And I had my son when I was 29 years old. I lived out in Thailand for a few years and came back to the UK, and that's where I had my son. So from when I was 29 until I was 31, either just after my 31st birthday or just before my 31st birthday, I can't remember, was when I then fought again. And that was all during COVID period. So before I was even pregnant, I had been off due to COVID, which nobody could help. That was all just a situation that we all were in. So I fought for the first time when my little boy was just over a year, and that was on Muay Thai Grand Prix. It was a brilliant experience to get back in the ring, and there was so many fears of mine, which I'm going to just tap into a little bit now, to give you a bit of context. Okay, so fear number one that I had after having my son and getting back into Muay Thai. I did, however, train throughout my whole entire pregnancy, and I will do another video on that just to give you the information about that. But so fear number one was getting fit enough to fight again, and kind of for how long I was out, forgetting how fit that was, and just being scared that I wouldn't get back to that fight fitness. Okay, fear number two was that my body wouldn't be able to take the impact the same as what it did before. So I was really conscious of getting hit and being I'm just gonna crumble now that I'm a mum, which is so wrong. If anything, I am so much stronger than what I used to be. And that's a myth of oh, you're soft. No, you're not, you're super strong. So just remember that. And then number three was the weight, being able to find my weight category again. And I used to fight at 50 kg and I won't go back to 50 kg now. 52 is where I like to be. 52, 53, maybe 54 is where I'm staying. 50 just after having a baby is not really good for me. Your body does change, and that's one thing that you have to get used to and realize that it's not that you're gonna crumble, it's not that you're weak or you can't get fit, it's just that maybe you're carrying a little bit extra weight and your body holds weight a bit faster than what it used to, and just little things like that, which I'm now used to, and I understand where I should be fight wise and what weight category. So that was the third fear. Other things were forgetting what the adrenaline was going to be like. That was not so much a fear, but what actually did happen when I was fighting. I did obviously get my adrenaline dump, and it was a bit of a God, like I felt so out of breath.
Just ease herself into it. She's not fought for a while. Needs to just relax.
Than what I remember feeling before, but that was just because I hadn't felt that feeling in a really long time. I was super fit for that fight. I'd run like so much, strength conditioning, I trained so hard, probably too hard, but like, yeah, like I trained so hard for that fight that I was more than ready for it. It was just still a shock that when like the adrenaline dump came, I was a bit like, oh gosh, like I haven't felt this in a while. And yeah, it was an experience that made me remember why I loved fighting as well, and amazing experience to have my son there for my first fight back and his first fight with me as well, so that was quite cool. Apart from that, I think that was it really. I didn't get that injured. I don't remember feeling hurt or like too sore afterwards. I remember feeling like eager to get back in and do it again. I definitely got my buzz back for fighting, and I managed to cancel out two of the worries that I had. So the one, will I be able to get fit enough? Yeah, I did, and it was great. And two, am I going to be able to take shots?
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, I could take the shots. So both those fear or worries were like erased. And then the third one was about the weight, which I never found out until later on, because I fought again at 52, and then my third fight back was at 50, and that's where I learned. But yeah, so that was my experience of coming back fighting for the first time.
Clinch at the moment, so they're falling into position. Good elbow there.
Other things like training while you have a baby, obviously this is different, yeah, especially when he was small as well. I remember I had friends who were in the gym who were really good, who would just like take him for me, hold him, soothe him while I was training. I'd have to stop sometimes and feed him because I was breastfeeding as well. I only just stopped breastfeeding at Christmas here, so that would be, he was two and a half nearly, yeah, when he stopped drinking milk. And yeah, and I was doing fight camps and breastfeeding up until then. But yeah, so I'd have to stop kind of mid-training and breastfeed, and then like go back to training and find the time where I could have a moment to go and run or go do weights or do pads. And luckily my ex-partner was very good in that sense. Like, he helped me a lot with training and encouraged me to run and like everything like that. And friends were good while we were in the gym, like, as I said, being able to like take Sing Tai, and it has been like new way of learning how to train, because before it was like, oh, train morning, train night, that was just a given, and you had your times, you just did it. And then when I was living in the UK before I went to Thailand, it was training like around work, and that also, you just found your time. Obviously after work you can train whenever, but like if you were trying to train twice a day, then you had find the time during the day, in the morning, sorry, to train. But now it's training around baby, so it's making it more planned out. So everything has to have a kind of, well, if this happens, then here's the next option. Or like, yeah, you have to be a little bit more lenient, but also be a bit more structured at the same time, because you have to train hard, but you also have to be lenient for things not going quite how you want them to go, right? So that was an experience for the first fight, and it went well. I did train really hard and I felt super fit.